I got these a few weeks ago. I actually pre-ordered the Tales from Eriador and Ruins of Eriador from Free League. This is their 5e Lord of the Rings role-playing game, as opposed to the One Ring, their second edition of their own system, which I love. I love the One Ring system, but 5e is much more recognizable, and I think a lot more people know that rule set. So I think these are actually likely selling better than their One Ring, but I do encourage people to give the other version or the other game system a try, because it is a wonderful, wonderful dice system. So for those of you who don't know, Eriador is actually the expanse of land between the Blue Mountains in the west and the Misty Mountains in the east. So you're going to have the Shire and Bree, Cardolan, Arnor, the Lone Lands, and all those regions that are they play prominently in the Lord of the Rings, but only up to the Misty Mountains. But that does include, I guess, Moria technically, and Rivendell. But it's good to note that. So the role-playing game is actually set between The Hobbit and The War of the Ring. So all of the events that lead up to The War of the Ring, the hunt for the ring, and of course the slide of Saruman down the rabbit hole of evil and so forth. But the Ruins of Eriador book, this one with this attractive cover, it's more of a source book on landmarks and important places. You get to see things like Weathertop, which I find I find all of those famous locations to be very intriguing, to go see how different they are from movies or how they are interpreted from the books. But I'll show you a few of my favorites here. So here you have Weathertop. And I like this book. It gives a little blurb on rumors and old lore, the background of Weathertop, and of course a map of it, which is pretty cool. The basic locales. So if the party travels there, or should I say the fellowship, I think they're fellowships, not parties in this game, but you can give little descriptions and add little encounters if you wish. It's pretty cool. Another really cool place that I really like is Mount Graham. So you've probably heard the story about the goblins that came down and attacked the Shire, and how the old bull roarer knocked the head off the Goblin King and fell in a hole and created the game of golf. Well, they came down from Mount Graham, and so it's kind of an evil place, kind of like Gundabad. But this book is loaded with locations like that. The Tales from Eriador is a collection of adventures, again for the 5e rule set. Now these are actually the exact same adventures that were released for the One Ring, the 3 League's other system, and so they're just adapted with 5e rules, and all the stat blocks and so forth are going to be 5e. And again, it has the same cool art. Now, I've actually seen people make videos that say they don't like this art at all. I actually like it quite a bit, but I'm more partial to kind of the old school art, which means no color. And I think that was the knock against it, was that it wasn't color. Now, each of the chapters has color art, which I think is pretty cool. I do like this style of art, but, I guess to each their own. I genuinely like this. It feels very rustic, and it fits for the Middle Earth setting, I believe. But I don't know. What do you guys think?